Today is Friday, February 7th. What to know today about President Trump's victory lap, tonight's Democratic debate, and new rules for some international travel. Plus a Google Maps update, Instagram's new unfollow tools, and an Oscars preview. Welcome to the Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. I'm Erica Mandy. Thanks so much for being here. You ready? Let's do this. President Trump is taking a victory lap. He spoke out yesterday for the first time since he was acquitted for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. We first heard from him during a national prayer breakfast, and later in the day he gave a formal statement about his acquittal on live TV. The White House speech went on for an hour, and he did not mince words, even using profanity when referring to impeachment. He also said the Democrats who tried to remove him from office are, quote, scum, sleazebags, and crooked. He went after Republican Senator Mitt Romney as well. Romney was the only Republican to vote to convict Trump. In fact, The Hill reports he's the first senator in U.S. history to vote to convict and remove a president from their own political party. But Trump also thanked his defense team and the Republicans in Congress who did back him, calling his speech yesterday a celebration. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called Trump's comments at the prayer breakfast inappropriate for that setting and said he'll go down in history as an impeached president. She also vowed to keep overseeing his policies and personal conduct. Another Democratic presidential debate is tonight. It's the first of 3 debates happening this month alone, and this one could have a big impact. It's in New Hampshire, just days before the New Hampshire primaries next week. It'll be the second state to vote for who should represent each party on the ballot in November. As for Iowa, the first state to have a say, 100% of the results are finally in. Pete Buttigieg and Bernie Sanders are neck and neck for the top spot. But here's the thing, there are still concerns about the accuracy of those results. In fact, the Democratic National Committee is now calling on party officials in Iowa to re-canvass results, which basically means double-check them. To be continued. A Chinese doctor who first warned people about the coronavirus and was initially punished for that has now died of the illness. The Guardian reports the 34-year-old doctor noticed the flu-like virus spreading at his own hospital back in December and posted about it online. But he was silenced by the Chinese government and accused of spreading rumors. Later, when he himself fell ill, he spoke out again from the hospital bed, saying the government there should have done more earlier. Now the illness continues to spread. But scientists are trying to come up with a vaccine. The World Health Organization has organized a research conference next week to work on it. A date is now set for NBA legend Kobe Bryant's public memorial. Yahoo Sports says it's happening at the Staples Center in LA on a symbolic date, February 24th or 2/24. His daughter Gianna wore the number 2 when she played for her school's basketball team, and 24 was Kobe's number when he played for the Los Angeles Lakers. Both Kobe and Gianna and 7 others died in a helicopter crash nearly 2 weeks ago. The service will honor all of the victims. Also, an all-star game will pay tribute to Kobe Bryant before that public memorial. Some big shakeups in the NBA. The NBA trade deadline has now come and gone, and that means a bunch of last-minute trades happen this week as teams pick up different players. Teams that made some major moves include the LA Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Houston Rockets, and Miami Heat. In fact, Sports Illustrated says the Rockets, Hawks, Timberwolves, and Nuggets agreed to terms of a 4-team, 12-player deal, one of the biggest trades in NBA history. We have more news ahead, but first, let's take a quick break to thank our sponsor this week, Magic Spoon. Did you give up cereal as an adult because you know it's not good for you? Well, guess what? There's a new option these days, and it's called Magic Spoon. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. It has 12 grams of protein and only 3 net grams of carbs each serving. And yes, it tastes great. I was really skeptical, but I tried all the flavors, and I really like them all. Cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry. Fruity especially tastes like the childhood cereal you probably remember, but without all the junk in it. I like to eat it with almond milk, but it goes with whatever milk you like. So give it a try to believe it for yourself. Go to magicspoon.com/newsworthy to grab a variety pack and try all 4 flavors today. And be sure to use our promo code newsworthy at checkout to get free shipping. There's no risk because Magic Spoon has a 100% happiness guarantee, so if you don't like it, they'll refund your money. Go to magicspoon.com/newsworthy and use the code newsworthy for free shipping. Now back to the news. There's a new policy impacting international travel. The Trump administration will ban New Yorkers from enrolling in so-called trusted traveler programs that makes it easier to cross borders for certain people. Think global entry, which is like TSA PreCheck for U.S. Customs. Well, the Wall Street Journal says tens of thousands of New Yorkers will now immediately have their applications denied, and it could impact more people in the coming months and years. USA Today reports the new policy, just for New York, is in response to a new separate New York law that the Trump administration is not happy about. It's the green light law. It basically allows unauthorized immigrants to apply for driver's licenses and does not allow federal immigration officers to see those records without a court order. The two laws we're talking about here aren't directly connected, but it's all part of an ongoing fight over immigration enforcement and between President Trump and New York's governor. Well, the U.S. government just gave a self-driving car company permission to break the rules. Business Insider reports the company called Nuro has been given the okay to put a car on the road that doesn't have a steering wheel, seats, pedals, side view mirrors, and more. Those things are usually required to keep the humans inside the car safe. But the thing is, these self-driving delivery vans aren't actually meant to ever have a human in them, and they won't go faster than 25 miles per hour. Even with the first-of-its-kind exception to the rules, the federal government will keep close tabs on the company and its driverless vans over the next 2 years. CNET says Nuro plans to roll out the R2 delivery vehicles in Houston first to deliver food, groceries, and other goods. It's Google Maps' 15th birthday, so it's gifting its users several new features. CNBC says Google Maps will now focus on 5 icons at the bottom of the screen, which shows you things like how long it will take you to get to work, events near you, or restaurant recommendations. You'll also be able to see what other passengers are saying about their past trips, like if the train was too hot or cold, or if there's a security officer on board. Google Maps is also changing its icon. The new updates are ready now. Instagram wants to help you decide who to unfollow. It's part of a new feature that divides the people you follow up into batches so you can see who shows up in your feed the most and who you interact with the least. So if you think you're following too many people, you can have an easier way to figure out who to cut. Instagram tells TechCrunch this is about bringing users closer to the people and things they care about most. Though TechCrunch points out, Instagram also hopes you'll come across fewer posts you don't care about, so you'll be less likely to close the app. The update is rolling out now. You can see the new categories when you click the following button on your own profile. It's a big weekend for Hollywood. The Academy Awards are on Sunday night. This year's Oscars will be hostless again, but big names like Tom Hanks, Chris Rock, and Natalie Portman will be presenting. Plus, Elton John, Billie Eilish, and other artists will perform. As for the nominees, Netflix is up for 24 nominations, including Best Picture for The Irishman and Marriage Story, and Joker is the most nominated movie in the running for 11 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Actor. It all starts this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. And you can catch a show in the sky this weekend as well. You'll be able to see the first supermoon of the year starting tonight. It could appear as one of the biggest full moons of 2020. You'll get the best view after midnight, so early Saturday morning, but you'll be able to see it all weekend, weather permitting. It's actually known as the snow moon since it's the second full moon of winter. NASA says this week is also a good time to see Mercury for people in the Northern Hemisphere. That's it for the main news today, but now it's time for Feel Good Friday, where we bring you one extra feel-good or positive news story before the weekend. And Feel Good Friday is brought to you by Celeb News Ride Home. With the Oscars happening this weekend, there will be a lot to catch up on next Monday. So good thing the daily podcast that covers famous people and all the shenanigans they get up to is here for you. It's called Celeb News Ride Home. Just search your podcast app for Ride Home to find the Celeb News Ride Home podcast. All right, for our good news story today, we are talking about how a program is helping people in prison prepare for their futures. It's called The Last Mile. It's a program where software engineers teach convicts computer coding, and once they get out, they're connected with tech companies, giving them more skills, access, and opportunity to get a job. The organization behind it says in its 10 years of existence, not one of its 100 graduates has reoffended and been sent back to prison. 500 more offenders are going through the program right now. All right, thank you so much for listening. And final reminder about the giveaway, you have until this Sunday to leave a review on podchaser.com/newsworthy to be entered for a chance to win a coffee tumbler, Amazon Echo, and Natural Sunrise alarm clock. And bonus entry if you share on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag #TheNewsworthy. Thanks to everyone who has ever left a review on any platform. I so appreciate you spreading the word. As always, you can find all the sources and links for today's stories at thenewsworthy.com/show notes. The Newsworthy is ready for you every weekday by 4 in the morning. We'll be back with more news on Monday. Have a great weekend.